the answer to that question that you asked earlier, does AI do, that Randy did, it's the same answer. What's AI? Okay, well, we can take Vin and delete Vin from the webinar. Oh, he's just joking. Okay. That's a good thing because my finger was on the delete button.
Oh, look out.
As you can probably tell, this is internal. We want to have some fun. So don't take Gary and me too seriously. Of course, you probably never do anyway, so it's okay. We've been working with this for what now, about 2 months, Gary?
I'd have to say a solid 2 months.
The ultimate goal here, is that we are going to have an option in all of our programs. We're going to have it so it is built into each of the softwares, but it's going to be an option because of the time and effort of everything that we put into it. Like anything else, there's always something that allows us to do something in advance for those that want to participate. And I need to preface this, okay? The reason that we are doing this today is Gary and I talked about this at great length, and one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to do something that absolutely 100%, and I say 100%, blessed Chris. Is everybody okay if we share with you today what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and 100% of everything that we do today, Gary and I are donating 100% to Chris on the development side. Are you guys okay with that? Give me a 5 if you're okay with it. And believe me, it ain't going to stretch your wallet at all. If we don't have the blessing of developers, and they are not just developers, but they're invested in you, they're invested in us, they're invested in the company, then it makes it really a big difference in how all things work. When you see Chris, somebody has an idea, has a problem, he puts it in the chat room and bang, right? 10 minutes later or a half hour later, an hour later, you got a freaking fix to the problem. I mean, guys, give me a 50 if that's just like awesome, right? Where do you find this kind of support? Okay, I'm sure it's out there. I mean, I'm not just saying that we're totally 100% unique, but look, we are pretty unique. I think everybody would agree with that. Gary and I are a little bit crazy. We got 4 50s, a 50 for Chris, a 50 for Rod, a 50 for Gary, and a 50, I'll take the other 50. How's that? Okay? So we're going to have some fun. We're going to show you what we're going to do. No, this is called Lifetime Encouragement Token of Appreciation. No refund needed. Absolutely. That's awesome. I'm going to steal that, Scott. That's perfect.
Hey guys, anybody out here familiar with genealogy? Ever check your genealogy?
I never did. I know who my dad was.
Hey, let me tell you, when we checked our genealogy, Lewis came up on my side and Clark came up on Patrick's side.
Yeah, well, and Chris was the grandfather of them. So.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Enough of all of that. You guys ready to see what we've come up with so far and how we want you to look at this as it isn't finished. It's not done, right? But from where we began and how we have incorporated this, you guys are going to be able, I'll just tell you right now, if you take advantage of this today, you're going to be able to have every single one of the TRS products, their API is going to work in all of them when we incorporate it with all of them. And number 2, you're going to have this and be able to use it as a standalone for whatever you want to do. I know you're using other stuff, and that's probably not a big deal. But, just being able to have this in here and be able to bang it out the way that we designed it for each of the products, we think is going to be helpful. So as we're kind of going through this, feedback is very important, okay? So, if you're willing to look at what we're doing and then you have an idea and you have a question, let's lay that out on the line today and, see what you think about the baby of the creation. You okay with that? Everybody give me a 5 if you're okay. And you're going to participate, and this is not just going to be us telling you. You okay with that, everybody? All the new people that are here that have never been here before, hopefully you're going to get an experience like you've not had in other type of demos or this is live, this is interactive. We bang on each other. We're okay if we tell jokes. We're okay if we, kind of have a disagreement about something. So don't sit there if you're new and not say anything. If you're using AI, you see something, please, this is interactive. Okay, so everybody gave me a 5, so we're all in agreement with that. So with that being said, somebody's already telling me to shut up and let's go. All right, so let's, Gary, let's see what you got.
Hit rock and roll.
Hit the expand button on the right hand.
For some of you who haven't seen, I do not generate articles over here as a rule. I have, and I will demo that today. But for right now, I want to show you the keyword tool. Because if you look up here at our prompts, it's going to give us the top 100 frequently searched for the term related to this keyword I put in here. So whatever this keyword is, I'm going to get the top 100 frequently searched. Does anybody think that might be important? To get the real top 100 that are searched. So we're not going to waste any time. Real data. So I'm going to use what they call persuasive argument. It really is not going to matter for keywords doing it this way. That won't have any reflection. It will on my articles. So I'm going to go ahead and click generate, and it'll be a little slower generating since I'm using Zoom. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So we'll let it run. It generally, as a rule, will take me about 2 minutes, or give or take, to generate 100 keywords.
Yeah. So where's it generating? The question.
It'll generate on the left-hand side of the screen over here. It'll put a big old keyword in a great big old font. There we go. That's how long it took, guys. So at this point, what I tend to do is I copy all this, and we're going to drop this down, and we're going to come over and go to a doc. So we're going to title this Water Damage Restoration Keywords. Here's a little trick for you. It'll put your title up there, and we're going to do something real special right here, and we're going to insert a link. Now, I'm going to come back and change this because I'm just doing this for a demo, so I can put anything in here.
So why are you putting a link in here?
Why? Because it makes it an anchor text, and it'll apply to whatever the target is. Even though it's not related to the ranking store, we're doing it for a demo. I'll come back and change this to a water restoration site. I just happen to have some G sites that are water restoration. If I took time to grab the link, I'd show it that way. So we're going to apply that. And now you have anchor text keywords.
Whoa, everybody see what just happened? Let me ask this question. How many of you used this technique before? Yeah, just recently. Well, Alex, you're too smart. You always are. So already, before we even start, we just showed you something that you can use that many people don't use that can now increase your what? What can you increase with this? Your authority. You can increase your relevance. You can increase juice in the keywords. There you go, Randy.
All right, let's do one more. There's one more step that's necessary when you do this. You need to take it off restricted. Share anybody with a link. If you have VAs or anybody else and you want to add somebody else the ability to edit, you can do that. We copy the link, click send.
Oh yeah, it's current. It is current data. Yes, it's
current data. Yes.
100% current data.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Dave, we touched on that when we had the software up. If we go back to the software, we read the prompt. Prompts determine what it's going to do. I have this set at the top 100 frequently searched for terms related to the seed keyword, water damage restoration. Okay.
All you have to do is take that prompt up there and put in your business for the keywords, right?
Right.
Makes sense to everybody.
So let's go ahead and remove all this. We're going to cut. Now, I could grab the audience and say, let's go ahead and give me a new keyword, but rather than do that, we're going to show you this portion, how to generate small articles based on 100 different keywords. Would that be of any help to specifically have content for each keyword? Would that work for anybody?
Yeah, we have a yes there from Julian.
Let me click generate so we get it started. Now, I tend not to use this very often because I'm looking for more content and not short content.
Cool. Lots of yeses.
But if you run a blog or something of that nature, and you can tie in, remember what we just did. We tied in an anchor text for 100 keywords. If we can make content for those 100 keywords, anchor text, and push those same keywords towards our target, we can have a guilt by association for two different ways of doing it. Our keywords are there. Now, notice that it pulled the local this time. See that? Everybody see this?
Yep.
We did not pull local last time. So when we run this, sometimes it's going to change day to day. It will change what's considered relevant. So it learns as it goes along, it's starting to learn and improve itself.
As we're going along, guys, don't forget, if you have questions, just ask them.
Throw them in there. I will tell you that I tend to double check everything in here and see if there's any edits needed. The bigger articles, once in a while, will put some numbers in there without any content next to the number. So I take all that out of there and remove it because when it gets read, I want it to be read as something a human being would write.
I think we're all getting used to editing, what we get from AI, at least.
When you generate 100 articles, it will take a little longer to run. Would everybody agree that would be accurate? Now, in 100 articles, notice that the content and the numbers are actually working as they should work. Something you may want to consider doing. Okay, and we'll do it right now just to give you a sample of what you should consider doing. Hold that thought for a minute. Everybody understand what I just did?
Do it again.
I bolded this and changed it from a paragraph to an H5. Okay, let's do one more. We'll do touch the water damage, bold, go to a heading 5. Oops, let's go to a 4. That looks bad.
You're going the wrong way. Let's do a 1. Do 1.
Let's do a 2.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, you may want to come in and change and give some H tags. Just practical usage of when you edit this stuff. And you'll find it makes a major change. So now, while this is running in the background, I actually can go on and do other things. We're going to go over to the website and we'll do an analysis. Might have to do it the right way. Now, one thing you'll find about this software that's a little touchy, you got to use back arrows to get where you want. You can't just highlight, delete, or anything like that.
And also, although we've been working on it for a couple months, it's still like in its baby stages. So there's issues that we will find, but can you export the result data as a file?
Yes, well, you can save it. It saves it to your computer. So the data is saved. There you go. There's you. Shows us the keywords that are being targeted from the site. Related keywords that could be targeted. Entities. And it shows you the things that you're going to want to work on. Then it went back into water damage because I kind of jumped the gun and switched it around. So we'll go back to our keyword file. We'll pull this out. We'll pull this out of there. It's finished analyzing, so we're good there. What do you think about it? Have you ever seen that part into an AI software before, guys? We're going to cut this out. It's finished analyzing, so we're good there. What do you think about it? Have you ever seen that part into an AI software before, guys? Now, for the guys that do local,
a little bit of marketing in there, right? A little bit of marketing in there too, right?
For guys that do local, it'll give you a little bit of a roadmap.
Lots of blog post questions there, right?
Yeah. All right. So
Thank you, Martin.
I think we see how this particular section works. It'll create 100 articles. The keywords will. I tend to get 300-400 keywords sets. I do them 100 at a time. The first 100 I do raw. Anybody know what I mean by raw? No local. Okay.
Oh, I thought you said wrong. R-O-N-G.
Raw. R-A-W. I'm having a bit of an allergy problem, so my air isn't coming out real clear. Okay, so we're going to get away from the keyword tool into the article writers.
Yeah, Mike. Anybody do it wrong? I always do it wrong. What are you talking about?
We do have a set of prompt tools. You can analyze a prompt, run prompts, select prompts.
Gary, can you do me a favor? Make sure your door's closed. We're hearing Shirley.
It is closed. It is closed.
Tell her to turn TV down.
That's not TV. A company just came over.
We're all family here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. I set this up earlier today, about 20 minutes. Yes, you can add your own prompts.
That's the whole part of us being in this community, guys. As we play with this and we're creating prompts for various things to be able to share them amongst ourselves, right? Not to the world, but internally, so that we can, make each of these searches better and more defined and more precise to get the right answers. So that's going to be part of the Skype. Oh, did I slip?
All right. We're going to show you two different article writers. You have the AI writer, which I tend to use about 90% of the time. Okay.
Okay.
And it's actually my favorite to use It's pretty quick. All I do is, now we have our prompt in here. Everything is set up. So I tend to use mostly, I get topics. I'm going to check all the topics. Boy, that was slow, wasn't it?
It
I'm
used
going
to
to
be
write
really
from
slow.
topics. I can write without topics. I like to write with topics because it's going to give me my H tags, my titles, and what I'm actually looking for. Now, if you don't get enough topics, you want bigger articles, click it again to get more topics. It'll add more to it.
Well, don't do it now.
I'm not going to do it now because I've already started. I've started my content already. And it'll follow these one by one so you can actually see them as it writes them. It'll drop them down.
So where did you pick Miami, Florida from?
Well,
Right in the article theme, right? You see up there where you put Miami, Florida?
right here, whatever you put here is what it's going to take the information you give it as a guideline between this information, article keywords, and you'll put 1, 2, or 3, whatever you want to do. And when you go to get topics, it's going to base it between this and the information you provided. Now,
See where it has style voice up there as well? What kind of style do you want? What kind of, whose voice do you want?
well,
This will not, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
this isn't a spin text.
No, we don't need to
Justin,
spin the content.
Can you take the content and spin it? Yes, if you choose to
Absolutely.
afterwards. Now, I do want to show you something very unique. Actually, this is the first time I've seen it. I tend to take all these number stuff away and get rid of them because it always seems to leave a blank on a little bit of it. But
That's
see
just
this
a-
right here, it left a blank for you to fill in. So you see our team at
Your company name.
whatever company name you want to put there. Now, that is the first time I have seen that come up.
I
I
think
like
that
it.
because that was a suggestion and he just added it. So
I like that. There we go again. See, it'll pull those numbers and not pull any content. So I'm going to show you how to correct it really fast and rapid. You can see
can you
we're-
auto
that's-
export to WordPress or G-Site?
that's a suggestion for Chris
Not yet.
to add a tab for. That's again, Robert, that's another suggestion. I don't know if it could work that way because it has to have a web presence to find the content.
No, he's just asking if you could put a prompt or a title, what that might be. I mean, there's a way that we could do that. This is a new feature that he just added, so those are great suggestions to, make it simpler and easier. No, we started about 20 minutes ago.
Felix, they'll be recording to catch up on that portion of it.
Well, remember, Gary, we said anybody that wasn't here from the start had to pay $50 to get a copy of the replay.
Don't worry, Felix, you can write it off on your taxes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would think so. Okay, we're back. It's about did finish, guys. So we're gonna go back and edit this. This one's a little heavier than I'm used to seeing as far as our edits. So this one is really good for you to see because it's going to require a little more editing than I normally have to do. So what I'm going to start is get rid of these numbers. Now, once I get there and the numbers are all gone, I'm just going to hit enter, drop it down so it's not all pushed together. Everybody see how I did that?
Yeah, don't forget your period at the end of your sentence up there too. This will all be fixed. This is just, part of the beta version that Chris is working on. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, that's a no-brainer when you're talking about G-Site Factory. Exactly. Been hanging out in the woods down in Louisiana. Jeremy, we're not, really sure on that at the moment. All of this stuff isn't too far away. Yes, it is a thing and it is working. And
If you guys are real nice to me,
don't.
Patrick,
What are you going to do? Tell me what you're going to do.
I think I could give a glimpse of something away that nobody's seen yet.
When you give a glimpse away, it's like from page 1 to 100 in a 99-page book.
Yeah, some things are like that. But you know, the bottom line is you can't help but who you are. You are who you are.
No, there's no doubt about that.
All right, guys. That's how long it took for me to edit this. Now I could add a few more tags. I definitely would add in something in there in that name. Okay. Oops, we still got one. We got one I missed and nobody caught it.
Well, the other part is, this is written in the voice of Todd Brown. So you could change the voice and rewrite it again. Change the voice.
Absolutely.
Isn't available yet.
Absolutely. So
right.
at this point, you would cut and paste it, stick it where you want.
No, please don't reply to that. Please don't.
Don't. Let's not go there.
You link these to your money site, Gary.
What's that? What was the question? Do you link these?
Do you link these, or how do you link these to your money site?
The content?
Yep.
You'd have to put in text, copy and paste text in just the same way you would if it wasn't through an AI.
When this AI is incorporated into one of our other products, then you won't be having to do copy paste. Is that correct, Gary?
You're correct. Now,
this is the standalone version, guys.
This
We're
is
just showing you how it works.
Guys, I want to tell you this right now. I want this to sink in. We have made in the last, 7-8 months, somewhere around 750 G sites. And we have 750 news sites that are G sites. I would venture to guess that 60 to 70% of them are all AI driven content. And the only edits we've done is the same style you've seen right here today. Everybody understand what that means, what I'm talking about here? Does the system have your anchor text in a database? You can do a couple different ways with the anchor text. If it's a G site, you can pull it right from your own drive and insert it into your G site.
Or you can create a prompt to do it. So
yeah, I haven't done that, but I can't see any reason you can't do it either.
Yeah, Randy does it. He'll show you. He'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now we have two save buttons here, an HTML and a doc, so you can save this in any format you want. I want to go to, now see, it already wrote it for us, so I want to clear this. Let's redo this. Cut. Uncheck all. Clear. So I'm going to tell it to write. I haven't used this particular one very much. PDF, okay. So we're going to go ahead and write based off of my seed keyword. So it will tend to write a little longer article, and it'll do it in sections. You want to hear an irony, guys? I picked water. I had this subject as water damage restoration, and right across the street from me, they've had people over there for a month working on water damage that this house had. They're right across the street. I can't imagine that much damage to take a month to fix it. They had to order 3 pods in their yard just to take all the stuff out of their house while they're having it fixed. Okay, when we get finished with the writing of the article, there's 2 ways to know this will stop, and over here it'll say finished writing article. Now, one thing that the software does tend to do is if you click save, I'm probably going to take a doc rather than HTML. It will not open a file and let you name it. It's already going to give it its name and a date. So you don't even see it being saved, even though it's being saved. Yeah, guys, if you want to hear the real story, my original client, my very first paid client, was a water damage restoration. And for those that have seen the video image picture where we did like 36 out of the top 40, that was for that client. He paid me the setup fee. I billed him for 3 more months that I never got 10 cents for. So I finally shut his phone off. But I heard every excuse from the checks in the mail to we'll get another check out. It must have got lost. That was a stretched out deal, and I learned a lot.
That was the beginning of the term buffer page. And
yes, it was.
everybody knows what I mean by that, right? Buffer page and turn the power off. Does anybody not know what I mean by now? Everybody knows. But I think we were probably one of the first ones to come up with the word buffer page. I don't know for sure, but I hadn't heard about it before then.
I'm pretty sure that when we created that very first buffer, we were the first to ever do that.
Julian says first time you ever heard of it was here. Awesome.
Actually, the truth of the buffer page, and for those that were here at the time, it was I had the video course all ready to be released, and Google came out with a change that was triggered by somebody we know that had 1 million YouTube accounts. She happened to trigger a response by Google and YouTube. We don't do names, okay? But
I think you misspelled that, Mike. It's holy crap.
So what took place at the same time, they eliminated the ability to cross account. There you go, John. The cross account linking that I did a lot of. So my solution was the buffer doc. So I had the buffer doc between this YouTube account and this other YouTube account, another buffer doc and a YouTube account, and it bypassed their rules. And it's always bypassed their rules ever since. Okay, we're finished, guys. You see, this one takes a little bit longer to run the content. That tells you why I tend not to use it. It's a good sized content article, but what you pay is. Do we have any questions on the AI? We got all the answers. The cost, when it will be available within a day or two to everybody. We just have a couple steps to make it available. What do you think? Let's have a little fun. What do you think it should cost? Kervin, you're going to love this, because if you have the software and we add it to our other softwares, it comes with it. You're not going to have an additional fee over than the original purchase of the software.
I 100% agree with Jeremy. He says when you're selling as much as possible.
Amen.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yes, it's going to be Christmas in June, but because we haven't even had anybody put a figure that's even close yet. Oh, you guys are sky high now.
Gary.
Sky high. Maybe you don't have enough zeros.
Gary.
$3.99. Barter. Well, I don't see anybody close. Patrick, you wanna take over for a second while I set up something else? I'll let you cover what the pricing will be.
The way that we've kind of thought about doing this, because we want to do this at the beginning. And once again, I just wanted to say to you that, what you're doing is you're not giving anything to us. 100% of it is going to Chris on the development side of things, right? So if I were to say anywhere between $5 a month and $50 a month, yes, all going to Chris. Yes. What do you think would be a fair amount that you guys would be willing to pay that would not hurt your pocketbook any, knowing that everybody in here is being blessed every day by Chris? You're making money because of Chris and so forth. So just everybody throw a number in there. We already know what we're gonna do. I just want to see what you're gonna do. So throw some numbers in there per month, what you think it might be worth to you one person, 25, 75, or 17, 50. Let's see, there's 63 people here, and Gary and me, so 15, 25, $67.79 monthly, 49, 17, 25 percentage of our profits.
Somebody just won 50 coin.
Why? Percentage of our profits?
No, somebody hit the number for you.
Yeah, well, let's just keep going.
Yeah, the price is right.
I've already made the buy button, so I'm not changing the price. I'm just curious. So the way this is going to work, right, is that everybody that's going to participate with Chris today, you know, you're going to have the standalone. It's going to be included in every single one of the Ranking Factory products that we added to, okay? And for most of the products that it is not added to, anybody that wants to put the AI into it, they're going to be having to do that on an individual basis per product. So if they want it in G sites, it's going to be a price. If they want it in Ranking Factory, it's going to be an add-on for every single product. Right now, this is the only way that we're going to give this away, you know, at the price point that we've set up. And once again, it's all going to Chris so that you have the standalone to use it as you want, and it will be included, you know, with a license. It's going to take a minute for us to do all that, but it's going to be included in all of our Ranking Factory products. Is that clear to everybody? Give me a one if that makes complete clarity. I'm not going to give you the buy button, Robert. We're not done. 85%?
He's got a decimal point in front of it.
Okay. All right, guys. Cool. So we're actually setting up all of this right now with Chris. And so when we kind of put this in motion today for you, we're going to send you to a Skype group. And, you know, everybody that joins the Skype group today, when we're in there, we will give you the buy button. I will tell you how much it's going to be. Would everybody agree with $17.50 a month? Okay. Would anybody like to pay more than that? You can. But we wanted to make it so that it would almost be virtually impossible for you to say no. Okay. So that's why we decided to give it to you at the wholesale price and not put any profit in there for Gary and I. We stripped all of our profit out to make it so that I want 100% of everybody to participate. Because if we all participate and we're all active and we're all creating a better AI, better prompts, better questions, better this, better that, it's only going to make it better when you use it in any one of all of the Ranking Store products that you will have a lifetime. No, we're not going to do a lifetime price option. Okay. It's just going to be pay monthly and, you know, do it that way. Matter of fact, this is an announcement for everybody here. We are eliminating lifetime prices from now on. There's going to be no more lifetime options for any of our products anymore. Okay. Only the hybrids. All right. So that will be coming. That's why we need everybody that wants to participate to join the Skype group. And then we will have the proper buy buttons, you know, for everybody. I think it was $17.50 or something like that. I forget what it is. But it's right around in that range that we agreed to. So everybody's, is there anybody that's not interested in there? If that doesn't make sense and you don't want it, just give me a no. And it's fine. And if not, tell me why. All right. So Gary, what do you have that you want to show them that this will be part of, but it's going to be a charge for other people? You know, extra charge.
I need a drum roll for this one.
How's that?
I like that.
All right. Scott Rogers gave you one too. So what the hell are you showing now?
This happens to be a Google site version 2 with the AI into it to make this software run. And I put some of this up there so I could save a little time.
There you go, Pat. There's a whole bunch of drums.
I see the drums. So normally for this software right here, normally when I first do it, I have to set my accounts up. I've already done that. But let's go in there and just to be sure, It looks like I've already got it done, so
How many accounts can you put in there?
there's not a limit. I've got 9 in here, but like the original Ranking Factory, I knew people that had 100 accounts.
Right.
I could never figure out why they bothered to do 100.
Needed one account for each client.
That's a lot of accounts. So
Somebody had,
I
a couple
I
people
wanna
had
show you-
franchises, so. No, it's fine.
I want to show you how we do this. Now, when you do this up in here, and I've had a little experience with this. So we'll go to my primary account. And
This isn't ready yet, guys, so.
so what I tend to do is whatever the calendar name, the document name, the form name, it's all going to be the same. It has to be exactly the same. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. And there's one option. I have an add style document we can add to here as well. It won't give me the URL for it, but it'll be on my drive. So we can save all this. If I'm going to rerun the campaign, we can load one up if we've already saved it. We need to add one more part in here, which is the location. Now, we also have to give it a description. So,
You want to tell everybody what you're doing?
yeah, I have to create a calendar description, a document description, and a form description. And
Bruno, that may be happening.
well, yeah, we possibly can do that. It's not set up that way quite yet. But you have to remember, this is in its infancy.
We're just giving you a sneak peek of where we are at the moment.
So what I'm going to do is copy this, and now we have everything we need to make this run. So we're going to go ahead and create these things. Now, it is going to be created, Jeremy, I'm going to guess 2 weeks. The only thing that's lacking is things that take a little bit of time. Yeah, we got to create a couple of sales pages and all the back end stuff. And see, every once in a while, why it does it, I don't know. It'll skip a calendar on me. I'm not sure why. Most of the time, it makes it. Yeah, maybe. I'd like to do it before then. So traditionally, I save this so I can reload it. Then I go to my G sites. So I want to make images first. And the last time I tried this, it skipped the images and didn't make them for me. And I couldn't figure why I did that, because it made the content perfect. I've already gone in here, pre-set up, and done the search, which found all these in here. So it will make all that for us. It'll make our content. I want it to generate 5 pages. Before I do that, I want to use the AI on my images. So
I mean, this is really, really, really early.
I just asked it to
Snapshot.
look for images for 12 of them.
That's, part of being in the group with Chris is as he's working on different things. What about authority doc embeds? Does it install those into G sites too?
I haven't, that's what this stuff is right here. When we went into Google Drive content and asked it to search for document sheets, maps, calendars, slides, forms, and find everything it found, it put down here. See, but you have to check what you wanted to use. Now, technically, it should have generated my images by now. Every time I've used it, it was pretty quick on the images.
Yeah, but you got Zoom messing with your computer. You gotta.
That could be. That could be. Now, there is a one-click AI site creator. I haven't had any success with it. I've been able to fill it out, but I haven't been able to get that section to work yet. For those, how many people have DMT? You have an import DMP feature built into this.
Cool. We got a number of people with DMT in here.
So if you've thought about getting DMT or consider it, when you see what this tool will do, it might just kind of stun you a little bit.
Okay, let me explain to everybody that doesn't have DMT.
Woo!
All right, hang on a second. DMT is Digital Marketer's Toolbox, which used to be Network Empire, which is now Matt DeCruz. So a bunch of us are in his group, and he has a extremely off the charts, ridiculous, amazing way of creating a website infrastructure, all the way down from the title to the thank you page to the thank you on the end, right? Everybody that's got DMT, put a 0 to 100, how much you think of it, right? Just look at what everybody that does have it, guys, think, right? It's insane, totally insane, right? And yeah, Henrik, he's been in there a while. It's 1,000. So what Matt asked us to do when he saw the value of G sites, and what I said, Matt, you just run an HTML file and an XML file at the end. Why can't we upload that into G sites? Okay. And the answer was because nobody's ever done that before. So once again, going back to Chris, right? We went back to Chris and said, Chris, this is pretty awesome. If everybody builds their format in DMT, how do we get it into G sites when it's already built, the structure's there, the content's there, blah, 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 blah. So it took him about maybe a week, and he came back with the plugin that says import DMT. So if you're in DMT and you have, this version, then you're going to be able to just import your DMT structure, content and all, right at exactly, Pat, a mirror. So you're mirroring the DMT data and putting it right into G sites. I mean, how cool is that, guys? Now you've got a website, and now you've got a G site, and now you can take the G site and PBN the G. I mean, it gets, freaking ridiculous, right? The possibilities of what we can do, and there is I don't know if I should say this. There is a very, 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 very remote possibility that we're going to have a new paid opportunity for G sites that you're going to be able to take any site, not just DMT, because it was structured right around DMT in the format of DMT, but we're working right now. Matter of fact, erase that from the recording because I didn't say that. I wasn't supposed to tell him. Oh, hey, I got to know that while you're doing this, Gary, I got to tell everybody. How many people recently have seen the movie with Air Jordan and Nike and Ben Affleck? Anybody seen that lately yet? Yes. Right? It is really, really awesome. Now, I want to ask everybody, be honest. I have a sheet of paper as I was watching the movie. Did anybody take notes to taglines that they said in the movie? Did anybody? If not, I'm going to strongly suggest you go back and rewatch the movie. There you go. Always on the defensive. Why would you do that? Because there are so many taglines of success which relates to us and what we're doing, that I think I got like 12 or 13 success leads. I mean, it was awesome. And I started watching that, and I actually lost part of the movie by trying to write down all of the taglines, that I found in that movie. And there were a lot of taglines for success in there that was just exciting. My wife says, why do you keep writing shit down? You just watch a movie, right? What movie? It's the Nike story with Ben Affleck. Air, I think it's called. Yeah, Pat, Air on Prime. It's so cool. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Okay. And then one of my friends did a Google search the other day on the value of Nike in the marketplace today. And Jordan makes about $400 million. There you go. Pat's got it. Jordan makes $400 million a year just off the royalties of that shoe deal that he made with Nike per year. But from what we do and how we think of things, I was just like engulfed in watching the movie and say, yeah, that would apply to us. That would apply to us. That would apply to our business. That would apply to everybody's out there, thinking about what they could do and so forth and out of the box. So it was more of an adventure watching that movie than just watching the movie. Everybody, how many of you guys that watch it, did you get the same kind of feeling that I did? Right? I just thought it was, before him, no one had asked for royalties. Exactly, Pat. Right? So anyway, didn't want to take away what you were doing, Gary, but I.
Yeah.
Oh, were you, Mike? Awesome.
Now, in our events order, we can do things like change the order around. See, we can make this show up in any order we want. We've got down here, we've changed the header and the footer with an image because we chose an image to put it with that along with the target. Now, this one's going to be, I probably won't keep this site for a couple reasons. I set it up for Los Angeles, California, but I took a target to another G site that's Montgomery, Alabama. So this is for demo purposes only. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to use AI to create the content. I lost my little AI. Got my header and footer. I generated the page names with AI too. And the page one did it right from here. So
He might have changed something and didn't tell you. That's how new this is. I think he changed something on you, didn't tell you.
Yeah, there should be my use AI button.
What about on the left-hand side, the AI button all the way on the left? All the way on the left in the menu bar.
No, that's my settings.
Okay.
See, I have the AI tools up here.
Right.
Okay.
Do you have one that's already made?
Yeah, I did this the other day.
To show one that's made.
See, each one of these.
Hit publish, maybe?
What's that?
Try to hit publish?
No, I haven't put content here. There is no content yet. That's my issue is my content.
Eric said there was a generate content button on the last page.
There was.
Generation your page names first. Oh, Bruno, we've been using this thing for quite a while.
I've already generated. That's where these came from.
Right.
Now, I do tend to use a 5-page site, but I have a purpose for keeping it to 5 pages. So,
We'll leave that alone.
okay, I can come back to this, or I can also show you the one-click site creator, what I would do over there. So I'll walk you through this. This is where you're really putting a prompt, more or less. And it'll create it for the purpose of doing this. And what kind of images would you like to use?
This is kind of like what we do all day long, guys, going through all the stuff that Chris does for us, right? Isn't that amazing? I mean, some of you new guys, you just, think it's all easy and whatever, but it takes a long time to get something to actually work correctly. And Google has a tendency of breaking shit on us all the time. That's why it's so important to be tied in with Chris. Yeah, Jamie, you're right. Yeah, Justin, we could probably, kind of do that every now and then for you guys. He's asking if we could do a webinar for newbies. So.
You adjust your number of pages right here, and then there's a one-click button. I haven't had it functioning correctly for me yet.
You're still working on it.
You're still working on this, but this is what's coming. We'll see if we can get it to function correctly. But you have to fill everything out before you can click the one-click button. It would be easier to have grabbed some keywords and pasted them in. Would make a big difference. And I would have done that if I normally use the way I normally use it. So we'll see what it does. I do
You know,
have,
last time we tried it, it just kind of spun and spun and spun.
yeah, I did.
But in any case, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we're working on, and it relates to this whole G site package that's coming out pretty soon for everybody. So pretty exciting.
I'll tell you what, I probably get as excited about this tool as anybody because it's such a time saver once you get a feel and a handle for it.
Oh yeah, we'll be able to really kind of make all kinds of, you know, it's
Oh,
amazing. We can't
It's
even tell
writing
you.
the content for the second page.
What's that?
Check it out. It moved to the second page.
Second page already?
Yeah.
Oh,
So we might have something here.
it moved. Last time it didn't move.
No, that's what I remember. I'm impressed. Yeah, we are. It's alive.
Got a little laxative going there.
I think the expression is we're cooking with gas.
Okay, we're on to the third one.
Yeah.
See, this is the exciting part. We get stuff that we play with that doesn't work. We get it again, and all of a sudden, Chris doesn't tell us it works. We play with it, and it works. And it's like, oh, we got a Christmas present.
The page
on
count
the
is over here, and this is one click button, John. I set the number that I want. And so when I set those page number, that's what it's going to make it. It'll make whatever you're going to set. So if you want a 25, 30 page site, that's what you set. Just realize that if you set 25, 30 pages, you're asking for this thing to freeze up or anything else. And
You don't need that. You don't need that much anyway.
yeah, no, you don't need that much. It just is you're upping your risk factor that you could cause a problem with it.
I mean, this is part of just the discovery of all this stuff, right? So as we deal with what we're dealing with on a local basis or affiliates, right? There's a lot of people with us that are in affiliates. Yeah, that's right, Bruno. You know, 2 PCs, one to do your business and one to run programs. Okay. But the advantage that of it, I'm biased. So you guys can tell me I'm full of shit, agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. But when we have these tools available and we're doing local businesses, right? How much, and this is a true question, it's not rhetorical, right? How much more can we do? How much more can you do, right, than the competition to put content out there that's coming from, in this case, the G site, quality, quantity, high DA, automatically indexed, don't have to worry about that shit, right? And you just start pumping this stuff out, you know, how much more can you do than the person that's you're competing with? I'm just curious. Give me answers. What is in your head? What are your thoughts? Right? Can we crush them? We can do videos, exactly. Right? We can add videos into the G sites. We could do slideshows and put those into the G sites. And we can do, you know, images and optimize the images through the image optimizer and have all the metadata in there. We can do the Google Documents, and the Google Documents, you know, that we put in as an embed code have 5,000 articles, you know, from Wikipedia, 10,000 articles from go scholar.google.com, right? So, you know, my question is, with all of that possibility built into just G sites itself, do you guys think we have an atom bomb, a hydrogen bomb, or a firecracker? I mean, literally. Is it working totally yet? No, but you see what's coming, right? So on a scale of 1 to 100 and what you can do, you know, what do you think? atom bomb. I mean, literally, right? Nuclear, cool, right? So
Anybody want to see it run?
see it run. Where's it running to?
Watch.
Watch what? Nuclear fusion. There you go. That's the top one. And now we got to sit and watch paint dry again.
No, not
No,
exactly.
we'll not do WordPress sites.
Not exactly.
Yet. Won't do WordPress sites yet. This is all based on G sites, guys. Ooh, something. Ooh. Hey, John, do you think Matt would like this? You know what Matt I'm talking about, right? Yeah, baby.
Okay, guys, we got one more surprise for you here.
Yeah, Matt Cutts figured this one out, bad boy. What surprise are you talking about?
See, it didn't put my content in, and I suspect it wouldn't. Even though it said it was creating it, didn't create it. And it didn't create my title.
Right.
So the one page isn't ready yet. But I'm gonna give you a real quick peek at something that'll make your day go by.
Gary, I gotta stop bringing you on webinars, dude. You fucking, excuse me, delete that. Yeah, get him sauced up. Gary just, reminds me of this is kind of a serious question, but it's kind of a funny relationship. But anybody out there know anybody that has traumatic brain injury? Anybody? If you don't, yes, right? No, I'm okay. So, one of the things about traumatic brain injury, because my daughter has it from her car accident, is that when you think of filters, like I'm thinking in my brain right now, something that I want to say, but I'm smart enough to stop and not say what I think I want to say and recalibrate it so that it comes out pleasant, nice, informative. Okay. But when you have serious traumatic brain injury, this is true. And if anybody's familiar with it, you'll know that what I'm saying is true, is that whatever pops in your brain, it's like nanoseconds coming out of your mouth. And I know Gary had a car accident 50 years ago, and I think he has a little tad of traumatic brain injury.
It took me 3 years to get functional again. That's dramatic.
Because every time something comes into his brain, it seems to want to come out of his mouth.
Guys, this is my favorite part of the software. But it just means I can make site after site after site based off of another site. I'm cloning them as I do them, and I can do them in seconds. And with that, we're going to leave the sneak peek away and go back to where we were. So, do you think there's any excitement coming down the road, guys?
We had 173 people answer the questionnaire about G sites. So the reason that we had that webinar or that questionnaire is we wanted to get the feel for what you guys wanted and, whether or not we were on the right path of building this stuff for you. And whether it be a DFY, whether you want to do it yourself. Some of it has to be DFY. Some of it, like you're seeing here, you're going to be able to do yourself. So this is what's coming, and this is why I'm gonna kind of go back, Gary, to our original conversation at the beginning, and that is, this is why it's important for everybody to participate with the AI now with Chris. And I don't have a buy button, okay, but I will have a link that you guys can go into a Google document, okay, and then within the next day or two, I will upgrade that Google document with a current buy button. We were just having problem getting everything set up with Chris today and yesterday for all this to happen. And we want to make sure that it gets done correctly. So unfortunately, I don't think there's anything for you guys to buy today. But it will be in the next day or two. And by being here and on my list of this webinar, which I will download, there's nobody that's not on this webinar that is going to be able to participate the way that you guys are going to be able to participate when we come up with the buy button. Is that fair?
It's the AI room. They're
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Last question. Did anybody learn anything today? Yes or no? Because you guys know our goal is what? If you can't walk away learning something from what we take your time away from what you're doing, then we have failed. So everybody learned something. World domination is what been. All right.
yeah, it's gonna be a replay.
Right? Okay. Yeah, we'll get the first part of the part that I did not record and match it up with the second part that I did record with somebody who recorded the first part and the whole thing. So we'll get it all taken care of for you. Okay. So Gary, thanks a lot. I mean, you did a great job as always. And we really appreciate the time and effort that you've put into this. Just one last comment from everybody, right? How many G sites have you built by hand before we had the opportunity to use the software? Gary,
How many have I built?
how many G sites did you build by hand to learn the process to be able to help Chris build the software?
I'm thinking I'm somewhere around 700 right now. I've lost count, but somewhere around 700.
Okay.
And it's taken me between 8 and 9 months to do that, I'm thinking.
So there's a lot of time and effort and energy that's been put in for all of this so that the output.
Actually, let's take a look at what I have in just one account. If I go.
Yeah, look at what John Quackenbush is saying. I can't believe it when Gary showed me how to dupe a G site.
Yeah, I had to show him that one.
Yeah, you might want to prove. Somebody might think you're lying. How can you build 700 of them?
Well, let's just go down the list, guys. And
Dupe is duplicate, George. Duplicate.
now, when you duplicate a site, you rename it and you change the content around. It can be the same subject, but you still got to change the content around. So I don't know if anybody can count what's on this particular page.
Doesn't matter. It's a lot.
It's a lot, and it'll keep scrolling down. And if you looked at my early ones, they looked really crappy because they were. So as you do anything we do a lot of, your skill level starts to improve. Because when we get to the earliest ones that I did,
You know, I don't know the answers to that, Jamie. Does it spin the picture schema with the local city? I don't think so.
I don't believe so, but here's what I want you to remember. Here's some of these early ones, and they were really quite simple. But realize that what you're looking at here, also at the same time, a lot of these sites are news sites now. They're not just G sites.
Stop.
And we're still going.
Leave some clothes on the lady, Gary.
I will.
We're working, Michael. We're working on the schema thing. We're also there's a lot of things we're still working on. So we get
Well,
it,
guys,
Gary.
We came to the end. There we go. We came to the end of them. But remember, this is only one account.
Okay. So anyway, amazing, brilliant, awesome. So hopefully when we're done with this whole process with G sites, it's going to take your business to a new level, and monetarily not a new level of taking energy away and time from your family, but giving you more. Because when we're able to do this, it's just gonna be like, I use a metaphor from yesterday because I went and had a colonoscopy, but I won't do that. But it's slick. It's slick. How many G sites can you have in one account? 100. I looked it up in Google to make sure that was the correct answer. Right? So, all right, guys. Any last questions? How about on a rate of 1 to 100 for Gary? What do you got?
Oh, we appreciate all that, guys.
Okay. So my last question, there's 62 people here minus Gary and me. That makes 59 and Rod 60. Literally, how many of you are going to participate with Chris and get into the AI room? Literally. Boom, 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 boom. In. Yes. Yep. Yes. I should have 60 answers, yeses or nos. There is no buy button yet. Right? I want to not have buyer's remorse. What's the new room? It's going to be a Skype chat. And Rob, did you get the Skype chat, or do you want me to pop it in here?
I'll get it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, right.
Just go ahead and pop it into the chat, and then open up your screen and show. Well, no, only the people that are here. You know, there's 60 of us here, and the replay will go out, and they'll have to ask us for the actual Skype chat. Okay. And then we'll provide everybody with the proper buy button. Is it okay if I add another $10 a month to the 17, just so Gary and Rod can make some money, $2 a piece or something? Pizza money, baby. Hey, you know, look, Gary and I, we work off of Social Security. You know, and so does Rod. So, all right, beer money. I don't drink beer anymore. You like the colonoscopy metaphor? All right, guys. Let's pop in the chat Put it in the chat for me. There you go. Join Skype room right there. See it, everybody? Randy, my wife's Social Security is bigger than mine, so I agree with you, dude.
I'm in the same boat as that one.
You know, I don't have any Lamborghinis outside. That's for damn sure. All right, guys. Let's give everybody time to check out the chat with the Skype group. See it. Everybody click on the Skype. Join the Skype group. Okay, please. I'll leave it up for a second for everybody to get that. Yeah, G, my 401k is down to, there's no 4 in the 01 anymore. It's just 01. The link works. That link works. Yeah, Kyle, I think you're right, dude. I think you're right. All right. Gary, we could add $1 or $2 for you and me and Rod on there, so we'll be okay. Yeah, mine's an upside down smile. Yeah, Randy, I know. Right. I am going to save the chat. And everybody get into the Skype room. And everybody that's in the Skype room, we will go ahead and put the pay link in there probably in a day or two. So, you know, the only way you're going to be able to get this is to be in the Skype room. Okay, Michael, does that make sense? I want to keep this exclusive to everybody that took their time to be and register for this webinar. And then everybody else is going to have to, you know, buy the AI in a little different fashion. Felix, you think I should? Think I should post the replay? No, I do not want you to buy the other versions of Google Sites yet. They're not ready. Okay. Okay. Quick question. Simply because, and this is a poll, this is an opinion. How many of you guys in here are familiar with Jeff Walker? Give me a 1 if you know Jeff Walker, 2 if you don't. Okay? All right. So the ones that know Jeff Walker, how many of you love the product launch formula or hate it? But love or hate? Hate. Okay. Okay. Hate. All right. Well, Jeff Walker's product launch formula is this. And I'm gonna relate it to what we're doing. So you guys give me your opinion, right? And this is a good format for this. What he does, it's a 5-day launch. Every day he gives you a piece of what he's sharing. He gives you information. He gives you really solid data about what it is that product launch is going to do. And then on the 5th day, he opens up the cart. So you can't buy anything until the 5th day. Everybody that knows Walker, give me a 1 if that pretty accurately describes what he does. Right? Okay. So tell me what you don't like about that approach, those of you who know what it is. Just tell me, you want to be able to buy number 1 on day 1, number 2 on day 2, and not have to go through the whole process. Too much foreplay, okay? Mm-hmm. I want to think about it. Okay. Sometimes I need to convince my wife. You don't have time. All right. So let me tell you why I think Let me tell you why I think I want to do the same thing. And then you tell me that I shouldn't. Since we've got 5 products that we're going to launch, right? You got your basic G sites. Then you got your G sites upgrade and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade all the way to building Google News sites. We cannot do that in one sales process. We would be there for 24 hours. It would not work. So with the team, we've kind of thought about doing it a different way. All right. So if we start on Monday, we talk about this is basic G sites. Boom. Done, over, buy button. Tuesday, G site upgrade. Wednesday, G site upgrade 2. Thursday, PBNs. Friday, Google News sites. I don't want to stretch this thing out for a month, but when we're ready, what do you guys think about being able to do a 5-day launch, but you do it one at a time? Monday is X, over and done with, buy. Tuesday is Y, over and done with, buy. But the whole sequence will only open up one day at a time. Is that? Yes, they are all separate purchases, correct. Because there's no way I could do, I can present to you guys 5. Will you do a bundle for everything? Guess we could. We hadn't thought about that. You think that's a good idea? Bundle, bundle, bundle. Okay. All right. You know it's not going to be a $247 Warrior Forum bundle, right? Okay. So, yeah, 347, Ira. All right. So here's the question, right? How do I'll figure this out, but how do I present to you 5 products in a bundle on one webinar? That's what I'm struggling with, because you see how long we've been here today just to show you what we've got. Would I spend 10 minutes on each one of them, and then you don't get the full picture and the full value of what they can do? Just tell us the titles and we'll hit the buy button. Quick overview. Okay, well, we can try it. 1-day product at the end of the week, offer a package. That's what I was trying to say before, but everybody's against that. Okay. Awesome. Wow. I hope you guys have second mortgages. All right. Yeah, I'll tell you the price of everything independently in advance. Okay. No, it's kind of what we were thinking about, Patrick. Okay. Now you're going to make me take my whiteboard and erase it and start over. But good. Well, Manny, you know we always do that, right? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. I will get with everybody and we'll figure, I'll put everything down in terms of a individual price point. We'll add it all up and then we'll do, maybe a bundle with a hybrid, which is an upfront with a payment of some sort, because I'm not going to do a lifetime. We're getting crushed in the marketplace today with lifetimes. Is that fair? Right? Robert, thank you so much. This was worth my time. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Thanks, Dirk. So yeah, lifetimes are dead, guys. I'm just letting you know we're not doing it anymore. We're just, my Social Security is dwindling down to applesauce and breadcrumbs that I give the birds because of lifetimes. All right, very good. I'm gonna save chat. We're gonna thank you all for being here, and
Oh, Lord.
I want to buy. Give me a damn button. Give me a button. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. It's
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Appreciate it. I'll have the replay out tomorrow. Okay. All right. See you. Bye bye.